idea,
Well, wait,
but there's
what,
controversy about this.
why
Not
would
every
the act of observing it have to be the moment when the universe splits? Why can't the universe just exist in both states at the same time? And then when you observe it, you figure out which one of those you happen to be in.
Oh,
good.
that's a damn good. You know what? You might want to look into the science thing. That's a really good question.
Could do that professionally. Yeah, so that's the idea. This is invented by a guy named Hugh Everett back in the 1950s. His idea was, everyone in quantum mechanics believes the electron can be in a superposition, and when you look at it, you see it spinning one way or the other. His idea was just that, no, actually, both alternatives remain real, but they separate, they branch. And you ask exactly the right question. Who says they branch? Well, why is that? And ultimately, we finally understand that. Like, Everett didn't really understand the answer to that question. But it's because you keep bumping into the rest of the universe. It's because of the quantum feature known as entanglement. The observer looks at the electron and becomes entangled with it, and then the observer becomes entangled with the rest of the universe, and there's no going back. That's an irreversible process. So it is as if these two separate branches of reality had become separate worlds.
Wow. Wow. So, doggone, man. This is just.
We gotta take a break after that.
I know. I need a second just to digest that. And by that, I mean we'll be back next Tuesday. Squarespace. How we love to talk about Squarespace. Well, I do because I built my website with Squarespace and it was so easy that I just want everybody to know. Ready to start your new business? Well, why wait until the new year to set your plans in action? The future is coming, so make it brighter with Squarespace. With templates created by world-class designers, Squarespace makes it easy to turn your idea into a new and unique website. Showcase your work, blog, or publish content. Even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. You can customize everything from the look, the feel, settings, and products, and it's all optimized for mobile right out of the box. Squarespace's analytics helps you grow in real time. There is nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. In other words, it is super easy. Take it from me. I've done it. And if you do have a problem, well, guess what? They have award-winning 24/7 customer support standing by to help you with anything. It's like your own personal tech team. A dream is just a dream until you make it a reality. So do that with Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code STARTALK to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, offer code STARTALK. Support for Star Talk Radio comes from our friends at Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans, the mortgage company that decided to ask why. Why can't the mortgage experience be better for everyone? And why can't technology help all of us move into the home of our dreams faster and easier? Why do mortgages require paperwork? Quicken Loans answered all these questions and more with Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage gives you the confidence you need when it comes to buying a home or refinancing an existing loan. Rocket Mortgage is simple, allowing you to fully understand all the details and be confident you're getting the right mortgage for you. Whether you're looking to buy your first home or your 10th or refinance your existing mortgage, with Rocket Mortgage, you get a transparent online process that gives you the confidence to make an informed decision. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/StarTalk. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, and MLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Bringing space and science down to Earth. You're listening to Star Talk.
We're back on Star Talk with Cosmic Queries Edition, a cosmological excursion. With the help of Sean Carroll, research scientist at Caltech, Department of Physics, specializing in quantum physics, theoretical physics, and all the ways that touches the fabric of the space-time continuum.
Nice. That's good.
And so, Sean, what does your business card say? I just want to know how badass it is.
It's not that badass. I just stick with theoretical physics. I have a little picture of ink mixing into water to indicate the increase of entropy in the arrow of time.
Okay.
It's a science little.
Well, you might want to change that and go with bad mother effer. You know what I mean? That's my card.
Probably right now that I think about it.
Plus, the dude wrote a book called The Big Picture,
Right.
The Origins of Life, Meaning, and the Universe itself.
Wow.
There are no other books to be written after that book.
After that, it's all done,
It's
right?
all done.
You know, and because you kind of got me with the meaning.
Yeah.
That's where everybody wants to get into the thick of it.
That's right.
You know.
I'd be happy to have the books like in every hotel room around the world.
Top drawer.
Oh, that's funny. You got to change your name to Gideon.
So, Chuck, what do you have for us?
All right, let's jump right back into it. This is Preston. I think it's Preston Shaw. Preston Shaw. Preston Shaw. Preston.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Preston, here you go, buddy. Here's your question. You'll know who you are when I read your question. If at absolute zero, particles have the minimal amount of energy, what is the maximum amount of energy a particle can have? Wow. Can we even know that?
Well, so Sean, let me again throw you the ball after I touch it.
Right. I'm going to play center on this one.
Okay.
You give me an audible.
Yeah, you're
Ready with leaf flicker.
There you
This is
go.
an audible, Sean. So I think we learned in quantum physics that this absolute zero temperature, there's still a probability that it is not at that absolute lowest temperature. Sean will pick this up in a minute.
Okay.
Recently, Sean, I learned about discussions about there being a highest possible temperature. And then when I read into it a little further, I became less convinced of it. And I just want to hear what your reflections on these two extremes that we hear about in chemistry class.
Okay.
You know, a coldest possible
Coldest
temperature.
absolute zero.
Is there a highest possible temperature? So where can you take us on that?
Yeah, so the shortest possible correct answer is we don't know for sure. If you think about it,
Very quickly, and I think we should pause.
Okay.
Temperature, as a concept, exists only in an ensemble of particles.
Okay.
You can't say, what is the temperature of this one particle? The question has no meaning because of the way temperature is defined.
Right. Okay.
Right, so I just want to make that clear.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Cool.
that's right.
Cool.
And so you might think, well, things can wriggle as fast as they can. Or maybe you say, well, they can't move faster than the speed of light. But the energy of an individual particle, if you were just Albert Einstein's thinking about special relativity, the energy can go infinitely high. Here's the problem. If you have a bunch of particles moving with an enormous relative velocity, you pack an enormous amount of energy into a small region, you hit a limit because you eventually make a black hole. A black hole is the maximum amount of energy you can have in a region of space. It's not really fair to assign a temperature to the black hole, a small black hole. Black holes have temperature. Stephen Hawking worked that out in the 1970s. But now we're beyond the realm where we can think of that temperature as the average velocity of shaking or energy of shaking of some individual atoms. It's the black hole itself.
Is the black hole temperature, is it comfortable? Is it like sweater weather? I mean,
If it's a big astrophysical black hole, it is incredibly cold, the temperature. The temperature of a black hole is colder than the temperature of the desolate reaches of intergalactic space. A tiny little black hole has a high temperature, so they will actually just disappear, explode in a puff of radiation being given off. And there's a maximum temperature you can reach there called the Planck scale, the quantum gravity scale, this amount of energy that was invented back 100 years ago as sort of the most we can fit into a tiny little region of space.
cool.
So if small black holes are hot, that wouldn't be so bad. It's the humidity that...
It's not a dry heat. That's the problem.
It's a dry heat in a small black hole.
Exactly. There you go. All
Hey,
right.
next one.
That was great.
Some Aquarius.
All right, here we go. Rick Henkel. Yay, Rick! The freaking great name!
Pronounceable last name.
Rick Henkel from Facebook says this: is there any way to capture gravitational waves and use them as an energy source? Or are we limited to observational uses of gravity waves? By the way, love the show. And the reason I love this question is because there was an episode of Star Trek where they actually used gravitational waves as a method of transport because somehow they were able to get the gravitational waves to allow you to travel faster than warp speed.
So they're surfing the waves.
Surfing the wave. And by the way, you did not need an energy source. Once you created the gravitational wave, you could surf it without the means of an energy source. So, I'm sorry.
And that was a movie.
That was, by the way, I was about to say, I'm talking to two astrophysicists about a make-believe science fiction.
That's all right.
And I'm just like, yeah, man.
Right, so Sean, let me reshape that question in another way. So, when we think of light waves, we come from the stars and we can capture them and measure them and do what we want. And it's an energy. And depending on how we detect them, they'll manifest as photons. And they can trigger detections in a CCD.
Right.
And that's where we get digital photography, is how that works. So, with a gravity we're still detecting it as waves, not as gravitons, right? Would there be a difference in our ability to exploit it if we detected them as gravitons as distinct from waves?
Yeah, I think that all these questions are sort of bundled up into the same answer, which is no, because gravity is too weak. That's the basic story here. There's an enormous amount of energy emitted in gravitational waves. When these events that we've been recently seeing in LIGO, the Gravitational Wave Observatory, they're seeing two black holes spiral together and make one big black hole, right? And that emits gravitational waves, and you can count how much energy is emitted. And for that, few seconds that the black hole is emitting gravitational waves, its total energy output is greater than that of all the stars in the observable universe emitting light. So it's really bright in the sense of emitting gravitational waves, but utterly useless in the sense of transporting energy or anything like that, just because for the most part, the gravity waves just go right through us. You don't even notice them. You need a 4-kilometer long vacuum tube to notice the very, very, very tiny displacement of mirrors.
You didn't have enough varies there. You had 4 varies, it takes like 9 varies.
Very, very
Anyway,
little.
if you want to send energy or you want to observe something or something like that, electromagnetism and light will always be more efficient. The traditional thing to do is to say, look, I have an object here.
Randomly found on his office desk.
And look, even though the entire Earth is pulling it down with all the gravitational strength it can muster, my little electromagnetic impulses in my arm can lift it up. I win. My electromagnetism is better than the Earth's gravity.
Take that, gravity, you big...
Exactly. And that's why we're not going to see individual gravitons, individual particles of gravity. They're there.
No, I was going to say, when you say we're not going to see them, is that because they don't exist, or is there a graviton? Is there a particle?
Here's a calculation we do in the second month of your first class in physics. Okay. Well, right when you get into electromagnetism, so maybe the second semester of your first class in physics, you ask the question, what is the relative strength between electromagnetic forces and gravitational forces? How do they compare? Right. And you can calculate that.
Okay.
Right. So you know what a factor of 10 is. Right. Okay. So you can ask how much. So electromagnetism is stronger than gravity. So
Always.
how many factors of 10? Okay. Factor 10, 10. You do that 40 times. Is it 40 or 42? Which is it?
I'm a cosmologist. What do I know?
Oh, 40.
Yeah,
Let's
go with
the
40.
same
There's no
number.
difference. It's
Counting.
Big.
How about let's use 42 because it shows up in sci-fi literature.
Okay.
So there's like 42 orders of magnitude difference in strength between gravity and electromagnetism. So all Sean is saying here is that these waves are out there, but relative to everything else that's holding us together, this is a non-thing.
It's not an issue because it's so much weaker.
It's so much weaker. So you know.
Right.
But let me ask you that, Sean. So could you surf a gravity wave if you are sort of low enough size or energy or whatever?
No.
This is the fifth no. You know, this is the last time we're asking you back.
You know, again,
You are
it's
not
just
cooperative at all. The last time
we ask is no.
I'm not asking this man back on the show.
It's always no but. You gotta like follow up. There's something very, very similar to that idea. I mean, gravitational waves, sadly, it's just gonna go right by it. It's not gonna be very good at pushing. But what you could imagine doing is hopping into your specially designed spaceship and constructing an amount of energy, both positive energy and negative energy, distributed around the spaceship to warp space-time around you so much that from the point of view of someone outside, you seem to be going faster than the speed of light.
But you're really not.
Well, another way to say it is it true, Sean, that in general relativity, space is not constrained by the speed of light, space itself.
Oh my God.
So if you move with the fabric of space, then there's sky's the limit.
It's no telling how fast.
Is that a fair way to characterize it, Sean?
Well, I think what I like to remember is the word relativity in general and special relativity. You shouldn't be talking about speeds at all unless you're talking about relative to what. And in relativity, in general relativity, like you say, there's a limit that says you can't move faster than the speed of light relative to something that is at the same location as you. If you're talking about the speed relative to something very, very far away, then its apparent velocity, like you say, yeah, it can be well greater than the speed of light, but it's not really the same thing you're comparing.
I see.
All right.
By the way, I like, and not because that I've known him longer, Sean, but I like Neil's explanation better.
So Chuck knows who pays him.
I was gonna say that, but okay, yeah.
No. That
Whatever he's paying you, Chuck, I'll double it.
And good night. No.
So we're gonna take another break, and when we come back, more of Cosmic Queries with my co-host Chuck Nice and friend and colleague Sean Carroll when we return.
Take me somewhere I've never been. Do you believe in the supernatural?
If you're an entrepreneur, a small business owner, or even if you have a side gig, let me introduce you to Grasshopper, the entrepreneur's phone system. Grasshopper lets you run your business from your cell phone while keeping your business and your personal lives separate. Choose from their huge inventory of local toll-free or vanity toll-free numbers. Simply forward your new number to your mobile phone and start taking calls immediately. Whether you are in an office, your car, or out shopping for the holidays, Grasshopper's iPhone and Android apps help you stay connected to your customers. Not to mention, you can send and receive calls and texts from your business phone number, or set up multiple extensions for everyone on your team. Get voicemails transcribed and emailed to you. Work from anywhere with call forwarding. Better yet, Grasshopper offers an easy and instant setup and 24/7 customer support, all without any long-term contracts. Be professional, responsive, and efficient with Grasshopper. Get your business phone number today. Go to grasshopper.com/StarTalk and get $20 off your first month. That's grasshopper.com/StarTalk.
This is Star Talk.
Chuck Nice.
Yes, sir. How are
Right,
you?
and this is a Cosmic Queries edition,
Yes, it is.
specializing in sort of cosmological phenomena.
Absolutely.
I can only take it so far. I had a few classes in it, but we've got Sean Carroll
Right.
from Caltech on video call because he lives this.
Yes.
This is what you need in this Cosmic Queries. And Sean, you tweet as well. What is your Twitter handle?
I do. I'm on Twitter, Sean M. Carroll.
So Chuck, what questions you have?
All right, let's jump right back into it. And I got to get to this one early in our segment because I want you guys to tackle this.
All right,
Okay?
bring it on.
And this is Beginner's Mind at Dharma World on Twitter. And this is what he says, very simply. String theory, in your own words, please. Bang, that's it. And I love it. I love that. And so what I'm going to ask is make pretend, which you really don't have to because I'm right here, that you're talking to Chuck Nice and make me understand string theory. Okay, because now that is a challenge.
So, Sean, go for it.
We all know.
The irony is,
Sean will do it, and then I'll tie a bow on it when he's done.
Okay.
With that. All right.
All right, Sean.
Go for it, Sean.
this is the easy question.
Oh, really?
That's the weird thing. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, if you think about what we know about atoms